Hey, thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
there it is.
You got to see Levine. Hey, I want to thank everybody for coming out. Big hand for photographer Frank Fabus in the house. It's a great time to be a sports fan in the city of Pittsburgh. Penguins are going to win the Stanley Cup. Pirates are going to win the World Series. Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl. And LeBron James in Cleveland going to choke again. Before the season, Al Levine, the talking machine, predicted that the Penguins will win the Stanley Cup. Give Big Al a big hand. I love hockey. Wayne Gretzky, Yager, Mario Lemieux, greatest hockey players, but they ain't the greatest. Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, greatest basketball players, but they ain't the greatest. Jimmy Brown, Terry Bradshaw, Mean Joe Green, great football players, but they ain't the greatest. The greatest used to float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Muhammad Ali, he was a poet, and we all know it. One time he told George Foreman, I'm so great, I'm gonna knock you out in 8. If you want to go to heaven, I'll knock you out in 7. If you think there's a fix, I'll stop you in 6. If you talk some jive, I'll stop you in 5. If you talk some more, I'll knock you out in 4. If you keep talking to me, I'll knock you out in 3. If that won't do, I'll knock you out in 2. And if you run, I'll stop you in 1. And if you don't want to fight, you better stay home that night. Right now, he's up in heaven with the greatest boxing announcer of all time, Howard Cosell. He's up there with Sugar Ray Robinson, Andy Kid DePaul, Billy Cohen, Joe Louis, and the great Rocky Marciano, and Al Levine, the talking machine dad, is the referee. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. There'll never be anybody as great as Muhammad Ali.
I can't compete with that, let alone listening to all that. His predictions.
I love hockey.
He's an NFL scout, Steelers scout, boxing announcer, and not much else. One more thing. He does write for the new Pittsburgh Courier. He actually has a golden quill. I saw it once that he did win it years ago. I think he wrote about the second Pittsburgh kid, Paul Spadafora. So I know that's legit. Anything he says about hockey, baseball, it's just for entertainment. And he's pretty good at it. He's like my brother from another mother. We've been doing this since October 11th, 2011. And it feels like I know him for about 20 years, even though it's less than 5. But don't believe him on all these championships. He could care less about baseball. We took him to a game a few years ago. He was late to the game. Then he was worried about where he parked his car. We had to leave, and it was less than 3 innings. The tickets didn't cost him anything. That's how much he cares about baseball. And he's jumping on the bandwagon with the Penguins because he doesn't really follow the Penguins. Did you see any of the games lately?
I've seen most of them.
There, he's lying again, folks. Sorry about that. On a little sadder note, I always bring up at the end of our show, Stay Joey Strong for the Joey Fabus Cancer Foundation. And if you can donate anything to them, this poor young man didn't make it to his 9th birthday. He was diagnosed with DIPG, which is a form of brain cancer. They're researching it. If you could donate even $1, any type of money, or volunteer for events that they have coming on, it'd be great. And I just am so saddened by what happened to him and how this affects his family. And I just heard another young girl just died of DIPG just recently. Frank just told me, so sorry to hear about that. Now, as far as the sports go, first I want to give a shout out to Muhammad Ali. There was a black activist named Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay. He was one of the greatest athletes around, but he was a black activist. Most people don't want to acknowledge that. They want to make everybody lily white, and this is what they do, and this is what they believe. He wasn't. He hated white folks. He even said it on TV many times. Did he work with us? Yes, he had to. Then when it come time to go fight in a war that a lot of people were against, He was outspoken and lost 3 years of his career. He then became world-renowned for what he did. He broke out of the mold of being the greatest heavyweight fighter in the world, and he changed the world. How many people can say they become bigger than the sport that they were involved in? He did that, and you got to give him credit there. No matter what his beliefs, like I always say, why can't we all get along? He surely was trying to practice that in every country he went to. So I honor him today and tonight, and Godspeed. Now, as far as the Penguins go, we got fans that are fickle like Smoking Jim. They're going to win the Stanley Cup. He doesn't know what the cup is. See, what's going to happen here is they may not even win tonight.
Oh, they're going to win tonight.
Okay, well, I'm just checking some of the fans because after the loss, they're jumping on the bandwagon. They may never win again. Well, I believe they'll win. I think they'll do it in 6. I know they can win tonight. I mean, it's going to be a battle. They usually come back after a loss with a vengeance. I give Coach Sullivan all the credit in the world and all the props for bringing the youth in, the speed, and he's getting stuff out of the old players too. So it means a lot. Let's go Penguins. Bring home a cup. Now, for our next guest, I got to give an assist to Skip Atkins. Not only does he share everything I post on Facebook, and people know I post a lot of things, right, Skip? Yep. And thanks for the pizza from Campedi's. I think that was an endorsement.
Yes, sir.
Well, Skip told me that a young lady that I knew and grew up with, Patty, had 3 sons, and that they should be guests on my show. So after about a month or so of going back and forth, and we're going to have them on. So I don't know who's going to be first. The Zanetta boys can figure out who's going to be the first guest with the talking machine and Smoking Jim Frazier. Come on up. This will be the PA mic.
Okay.
And I'll pass this between us when I ask questions.
Okay.
All right. First, your name.
JJ Zanetta.
All right, JJ. Are you the oldest of the 3?
Yes, sir. 10 years.
Whoa. We got to watch crossing the mics.
You don't want to play swords.
No. You know, watch the lightsaber.
Okay.
All right. What's your favorite sport?
Well, it has to be wrestling, right?
No, I asked what your favorite sport is.
Wrestling, and yours better be too.
No, it's not. I wrestled in 7th and 8th grade, and that was it.
Yeah, I should have stopped then too.
Tell me why.
Well, I'd probably be a little bit less beat up, and I'd probably be better at video games and things like that you'd have more time to do.
That makes sense. When did you start wrestling?
And maybe a bigger gut too. I started when I was around 5 years old.
Isn't that a little young?
I don't know.
That was in your family, right?
I had no choice.
I finally got an honest answer.
No, it was. I actually quit my first 30 minutes of my first practice because I couldn't hop on one foot yet. I might have been 4 years old, and then I came back and I could hop on one foot, so I was good to go after that.
I'm going to ask your dad, how old were you?
6.
Wow, these stories really are growing.
Final answer.
All right, at 6 years old, you couldn't hop on one foot. Then what happened?
I hopped on one foot, and I just kept wrestling after that. I don't know why. I just like to compete, and here we are. I'm 31 years old, and we're still around it around the sport with my youngest brother, Nick, who has 2 years left at Pitt.
That sounds good. Did you play any other sports?
I screwed around with baseball for a little bit. If you ask my next two brothers that are going to come up who the best athlete in the family is, it's definitely not me. So I stuck with it just more or less for something different to do that wasn't wrestling, and I had fun with it, but wrestling was always the main thing for me.
Did you have any success?
I had success later in my career. In high school, I was never a state qualifier, and you'll have
Quit teasing us with the next two.
well, the next two guys will have 4 state final appearances between the two. So they reached a level that I had never been able to get to, but in college I found some success and placed the Division II national tournament a few times at Mercyhurst. Go Lakers. Go Sip. Go Coach Whaler.
Nice shout out.
Got to plug them whenever you can.
And what weight were you wrestling at?
I wrestled at 133 and 141, 2 years at both weight classes. In high school, I was 100 pounds as a freshman and ended up wrestling 130. Late bloomer.
Yeah, you really matured. What are you now, 140?
Give or take. I'm not.
Hold it. What's that gut? Where's that gut?
Hey, you got to keep it fighting weight. Fend off the youngins.
With the two brothers you have, after you gave them all the accolades, I could see why.
Yeah, well, I used to be able to pin them both at the same time, and now they both gang up on me, and it goes about 5 seconds.
How come so long?
I got a headache after that, and then I feel like I'm going to throw up, and so much for fighting weight. It's an illusion.
And what do you do now?
I'm an illustrator, and I do architectural renderings for architects and developers. So I guess a little bit a warrior and an artist, kind of a strange combination. I always get comments about that.
That is a strange combination. Let's dig a little deeper there. What do you do on the warrior aspect now that you're out of wrestling?
Well, I went back to KO and I coached for a handful of years and was able to help my brothers out in that capacity. And then I go down to the jiu-jitsu school, the Steel City.
On 88?
I'm sorry. What is it? Henzo Gracie in the Strip District.
Okay.
And I lightly mess around with that, but
Did you ever think of any MMA?
In my dreams, but I can't risk breaking my hand. This is where
That's where the money is.
Brings home the bacon.
I understand that. We were just at MMA fights this Saturday night, so we have a lot of different gyms, trainers that are out here. So
It's exciting to watch, but have you ever thought of it?
no.
Yeah, you don't want to mess up that. This is where the bacon is. Don't mess up.
That's it. You got it. Plus that voice too.
Yeah, well, Anthony, your best friend, just told you have the face and the voice, so you're double threat.
We'll save him for last. What else do you have to say? Anything to close here?
Well, I would like to thank you for having us up here, and I'd be remiss to not bring up the man who probably is responsible for us being here, and that's Coach Kling, the late great.
Yeah.
Coached at Keystone Oaks for a long time, and
He was a legend. I was friends with him.
absolutely,
Doing well.
and not only because of wrestling, but he's probably responsible for my parents getting married too.
Really?
Wrote the hall pass for my dad to go out in the hall and see.
No way.
Patty.
Wow, we got a KO secret here.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know that about my neighbor that lived about 7 houses up the street.
Yep, and my dad was on Coach Kling's very first team, and I was on Coach Kling's last team.
Wow.
So a great man, and just had to give my thanks to him, and hopefully his family sees this. And
Well, they will. This will be on YouTube forever, so they're not going to miss it. Somebody will spread it around. I'll pass it out to you guys. If you friend me on Facebook, you know my rules. So it's very simple. I appreciate you being on the show. Thanks for taking the time to come on out.
thank you for having me. Go Pens.
Tell us your name.
Nick Zanetta.
Very good. You answered the hardest question of the night.
Passed the first question.
All right, second question. What's your favorite sport?
Well, it can't be football, but
Well, just tell me. Quit beating around the bush.
wrestling.
I always like to ask at least one hard question. At least I didn't stump you.
Wasn't too hard of a question, but
Well, that's all right. Some of our fans may think it is. And how old were you when you were forced to wrestle?
forced to wrestle. I'd say about 5 years old. If you ask my dad, I think he'd say the same too. But
I don't know. Did he give a hand signal like he did?
3.
Whoa.
Didn't know what was going on, but I might have been there.
Could you hop on one leg?
I doubt it.
Just had to check. I don't know what the family was learning after the debut of you.
Well, my dad was the Little Eagles coach for how many years? 10 years. He was, I think he was, were you coach for JJ too? Yeah, so he was our Little Eagles coach, all of ours.
That's pretty cool.
So when,
He wanted to coach his boys.
yeah, so him and Mr. McGee, Mike McGee. Yeah,
You guys are dropping names pretty good with KO.
Yeah.
It's nice having people from KO on our show.
They're Keystone Oaks wrestling legends.
Oh, no doubt about
They're
it.
the ones that keep it going, you know, still to this day.
Well, it keeps that legacy going.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's an honor. We've always had good wrestling over the years. I remember Coach Kling when he first was starting out, and he just kept it going and enhanced it.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, I unfortunately I never got to wrestle underneath him, but you know, I hear stories about him all the time, and I knew him. You know, I watched JJ and I looked up at him, and it was crazy because JJ's 10 years older than me, so they were like, you know, they're like celebrities to me, you know.
Sure.
But
So you became one.
yeah, till it wasn't easy, but
Well, you had to work hard, right?
oh yeah.
From 3 years old.
They set the path for me, so I kind of knew that the secrets and the tricks, but they had to find those out on their own.
Well, that helps when somebody can pass down a few little tips.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And what kind of success did you have? Don't be modest.
I had earlier success than JJ did, and I didn't find success until I'd say halfway through high school. My freshman year, I had an ongoing knee issue from, you know.
What kind of knee issue?
So far I've had 4 knee surgeries. I've been 3 or 4 years since I had my last one, and it hasn't had any issues. So I think wherever that.
They have success.
Yeah. So the first surgery was in 6th grade. That was you wouldn't believe all this wrestling and no injuries to wrestling, but I begged my parents for months to let me play football.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
How old were you?
6th grade.
6th grade.
Yeah. So I was probably
10.
70 pounds,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, you're only about 120 right now.
But plus 30.
Okay.
But yeah, so I was playing football and I was running. I had the ball. I was running at Keystone Oaks Stadium, and I got
Nice grass field.
Yeah, right. I got a horse collar tackled and put a lot of stress on my knee, and it's called a patella sleeve fracture, and my kneecap split in half.
That's terrible. That should have ended your career in sports.
Yeah, that's what my mom I'm sure my mom told me that a few times, but like, you sure you want to do this? But
And you told her yes.
yeah, it made me into, I definitely.
You took it to another level.
Yeah, it made me into this person that, this knee issue probably made it for the better, honestly. But
Well, you had to do a lot of rehab and hard work.
oh yeah, for sure.
And then more of it.
Yeah.
And then more.
Yeah. Well, probably spent more time in the training room than in the wrestling room for a while.
I can believe it.
But yeah, so
So what happened after that? After your freshman year then?
after freshman year, I was actually a little bit bigger than these two. They both started out at 103
Okay.
their freshman year, and I was a big 112 pounder.
112.
Yeah.
What was Mama feeding you because of that knee?
Yeah. So sophomore year, I qualified for states. I was pretty happy about that, and I didn't place. I was one win away from placing, but I got a feel for it, and in my junior and senior year, I made it to the state finals.
Congratulations.
I ended up with 2 silver medals. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
It's not easy. A lot of hard work.
Yeah, it was something I was pretty proud of, but I'd like to get a gold medal, but
Silver ain't bad.
yeah,
It shines.
yeah, that's right.
And you got 2 of them.
Yeah.
Matching pair. Then
Yeah.
what happened in college?
College, my freshman year, I redshirted. Again, knee surgery.
I wasn't going to ask. I was going to
Yeah.
let that go since you said about 4 times.
Yeah, so that was my last one. So freshman year, I redshirted, and got healthy. Got the feel for the college thing. It's a lot different than high school wrestling. It's crazy.
It definitely is.
Yeah. So freshman year, I was on the same team as Anthony for a year. We overlapped. Yeah. It was weird.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was weird because in high school, he's 4 years older than me, so his senior year, I was in 8th grade, so we weren't on the same team. But since he stayed 5 years at Pitt, we were able to stay 1 year together.
Ah.
It was cool to see that happen.
That is nice.
Yeah, he beat me up a little too many times, but
He didn't hurt the knee, though.
nope.
Well, that's good. Then what happened?
Sophomore year, I got into the lineup, started at 133 as a redshirt freshman. Had a pretty average year in my eyes.
Explain what that is for us.
I had set goals, to be a national qualifier, and the ultimate goal is of being an All-American.
Sure.
But I fell short. I was one win. I was one win away from making it to the nationals. I was in and out of the rankings, but I learned from it. Yeah, I just missed it. Learned from it a lot, and it's still the same goal. So we're getting closer.
That's good.
Yeah.
And what year are you in now?
I just finished up my 3rd year,
Okay.
so I have 2 more years of eligibility, and we're gonna make the most out of it.
Well, I wish you luck.
Thanks.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Should we look for you?
Oh yeah. This is gonna be a breakthrough year. I'm ready.
Are you?
Yeah, I can feel it.
Well, I just want to tell you this. I didn't tell your brother since he's out of it now, but anybody that's on Pittsburgh Sportsline, we're about positivity. So you get something called good karma.
Okay.
We've had athletes that didn't win anything. They're champions. We've had champions that have won even more.
Yeah.
So I'm predicting champion.
You're predicting the Penguins to win the Stanley Cup. Hopefully that's.
Well, I predicted it before. Here's the story. Smoking Jim doesn't do justice. They are going to win it. Before the season started, I said the Penguins will win the Stanley Cup once they get rid of the coach and once Sidney gets out of the tank and once he starts listening and changing up, going straight down the ice. And I think I've held pretty true to that. So you can hold me to that.
I'll hold you to it.
They will win the cup, even if it takes 7.
Yeah, hopefully not, but.
I'm hoping it's sooner than that. But all they have to do is score 1 more goal in the last game, and it's theirs. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just that.
that's all it is. I'm glad we get along. I'm glad you see eye to eye. Good karma to you.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you. You know the first question?
What's your favorite sport?
Baseball's my favorite sport.
Can I ask why?
Yeah, I used to like pitching and striking out people and throwing some no-hitters.
You lefty or righty?
I'm a right-handed pitcher.
Mickey's a lefty, that's why he's so creative. Don't they say lefties are more creative?
Some say that, but I'm pretty creative. I don't worry about it. Thank you. I like to give it too, so we'll keep going. What's your name?
Anthony Zanetta.
All right. Are you the youngest of this trio?
I'm the middle.
You're the middle?
Yeah, troublemaker.
Are you? I didn't notice about any trouble.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
I'm not.
No, I'm the middle. JJ's 6 years older than me. Nikki's 4 years younger than me, so.
At least you know the math.
That's the middle, right?
Yeah. And what's your favorite sport?
I'd have to go with the wrestling, but it's more of like a love-hate relationship.
What's your favorite sport? Favorite sport?
Wrestling.
Okay. The love-hate, we'll save that for the philosophers out there, okay? They can deal with that.
Okay.
And when did you start?
I started when I was probably about 4 years old, and same reason, just because my dad was the youth coach, going down the wrestling room, just kind of rolling around, not really knowing what's going on, and then you just kind of like fall into it.
Well, I think he liked the size that you guys had, or lack of size.
Lack of size.
Okay.
Lack.
You emphasize that, lack.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking up to people my whole life. 5'4", man.
Is that all you are?
Just about on a good day.
Whoa. We'll just have a comedy show with it. All right. When did you have some success in wrestling?
I'd probably say I started having success maybe in middle school. The Junior Olympic tournament, going there, getting experience.
What did you do? Did you win anything there?
I placed at the Junior Olympic. That's like the state tournament, on a smaller scale. But
Hey, you were winning. That's what counts.
I guess you're right. Yeah, it was a blast. It was like less stress when you're younger and more fun. And then you got older and it was like
Stressful.
more stressful. Yeah, it was like, especially in college, it's class, studying, exams, all that good stuff, and then throwing wrestling on top. It was through a curveball, but
Nice baseball metaphor.
there you go. Well, Bucks are playing tonight, right?
Yeah. What's the score?
I don't know.
You don't follow them. You're a wrestler. I got it.
Yep.
All right. Then you get into high school. What's going on in high school with wrestling?
High school was good. It was weird. Towards my later years, I really just started looking forward to college because I was very excited about the next thing.
Hold it. Did you win anything in wrestling?
Probably my biggest thing was I won 2 state titles.
This is what I'm getting at. I know that you're sort of humble here, so I figured we'd try to get a little deeper than that.
Yeah, I won 1 state title my junior year and 1 my senior year, and that's pretty much my 2 highlights, I would say. And I got to give credit where credit is due. Brothers and all that good stuff training me.
Oh, sure. What doesn't hurt you will make you stronger.
Yeah.
Or even what hurts you made you stronger.
Yeah, look at Nick, perfect example.
Yeah. I'm pretty quick.
Kid's a beast.
I have one quick question. Did you or your brothers wrestle in the Dapper Dan Classic?
Yeah, we all 3 did, actually. Good question. I'm pretty impressed you knew that, actually. Yeah, JJ wrestled. He had about 103-degree fever. He looked like he was going to pass out on the mat any second. Nikki put on about 10 pounds within a week after wrestling. And then, it was awesome. It was a great experience.
That's good stuff. And then what happened in college? What's going on there?
Well, I did the 5-year program. A little slow.
Yeah, well, I assumed as much.
But
since you're the comedian here.
No, I did 5 years. I was a national qualifier all 4 years. I unfortunately stayed the same weight class for 5 years. So that was like, it wasn't hard first couple years, and it started becoming, another curveball. There you go. Yep.
I like the fastball.
You like the three-seamed. But, I was a 4-time national qualifier, won three conference championships, and was top 12 2 years in a row.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Appreciate it.
No, that's good. What do you do now?
I work. I'm in the real world. They call it.
The what?
The real world.
We're gonna have to have somebody translate this.
It's like life after college. You have to become a real member.
Try to explain that to me.
I just work for a heavy construction or a heavy equipment company. So we sell and rent heavy equipment in a construction company. Do all the sales and estimating. Really exciting.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. But wrestling, I still stay involved. I do a lot of private lessons and help the youth. And
how do they get a hold of you?
Just
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth. I mean, the Keystone Oaks program, just through the parents. They're great. They're always looking to get their kid. I mean, parents.
Well, it's traditional good wrestling at KO. Right?
Yeah, very traditional. If you go down in the room, you'll look at the banners. It speaks for itself.
Great point. Smoking Jim, we got to go there. He doesn't believe there's any champions at Keystone Oaks.
Bring them down. Just look at the wall.
Well, he's from that notorious high school, Gateway. Now, they were.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah, but hold on.
smart man.
Not anymore. See, what happened is
My hero right there.
when we first met, Gateway was still winning championships. They got rid of a coach. They stopped recruiting the right players. They started dropping in class.
Did you say recruit?
Yeah, they recruit.
Nice.
They recruit.
I know.
They recruit. And they had buildings where they'd rent out homes and apartments. And now they're in a free fall.
Section 8.
They're in a free fall with their program. So these things happen. And everybody has success. Everybody has, other things that happen. And he still doesn't, he goes to every game at Gateway, has season tickets, but he doesn't see the losses. So I think he's delusional.
You're calling him out pretty hard right now.
Well, look, he's laughing pretty hard. What am I lying about?
That's true. That's all true.
Well, I try to deal in the truth and facts, and he's more of an entertainer here, so you two get along fine with that.
Yeah. Someone's got to do it, I guess, right?
Well, I don't mind.
You got the voice of the radio, not me.
Yeah, but we're on TV.
Same thing. You got the face.
Okay, thanks. You can come back. You come back strong. Anything else you want to close with?
Yeah, there's that boxing machine in the back there. You punch it, it tells you how strong you hit it.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe me, JJ, and Nikki versus you two would do the best of 3 or something.
Yeah, that could be a possibility.
Let's get it going.
You want to go see?
Bets for the callers too. The audience.
Well, we don't have too many in the audience. I think they're staying home to watch the Penguins.
Free Campedes.
There you go. Now you're talking. We could do something like that. All right. Sounds like a plan.
Thanks.
Thanks for being on the show.
And just want to say thank you to Mr. Atkins and then all my family for supporting us through wrestling, making the trips,
And even being here tonight.
Yeah.
Supporting you up here tonight.
yeah, incredible.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All right. Lindsay Marie, I'm glad you got dressed up to be on the show.
Wasn't ready for it today.
Tell us what's going on here at Hollywood Lanes.
Tonight, obviously, we have you guys here. We're going to be doing the Penguin game as soon as your show is over. It's on all of our screens, including our 114-inch big screen.
Wow, I've been watching that.
We have brand new light bulbs that looks amazing. And then we're going to have our karaoke DJ coming in later on.
Who's the DJ?
His name is Andrew. I don't remember his last name. Tavarella. He's awesome. Yeah, he drums for Sherry Richards as well.
Oh, okay.
He's amazing. Really nice guy. And then this weekend we have a Nirvana cover band coming down on Saturday night.
Whoa. Come out the Hollywood lanes.
Yeah, they're a tribute band, and it's going to be awesome.
That sounds good.
They're going to be starting at 10 p.m., I believe.
Sounds great. What's your theory on the Penguins? Did they win tonight?
They're going to go for the win tonight. They got beaten once, and it was just that was a really good shot at the end of the game that they had. So it was kind of one hard to beat. But we've been doing amazing, and I have no doubt that we're going to win the cup.
All right. Well, anything else you want to say? You got anything to bring up? Hey, thanks for the blueberry yogurt.
No problem. Actually, how you were talking about Joey Strong donations earlier, we are actually collecting donations here every day. We have T-shirts and bracelets, $20 donation for a Joey Strong T-shirt, $5 donation for a bracelet, and we're always supporting them. The Favis family is an amazing family, and they
couldn't agree more.
They've made us honorary Favises, and it's amazing.
Well, that's good stuff. Thank you very much.
No problem. Good to see you guys as always.
All right. All right, Frank, introduce yourself.
I'm Frank Favis. I'm the Vice President of the Joey Favis Childhood Cancer Foundation. KO graduate. Believe it or not, I did graduate.
I know. You were in my class.
I remember. No, I don't. That was a long time ago, buddy.
I remember. Seems like yesterday.
Yeah, right.
All right, what are you up here for?
Well, today I'd like to promote, we have a flea market coming up on Saturday, June 18th. It's going to be from 8 to 3 p.m. At the John McMillan Church on Clifton Road in Bethel Park. What we're going to do is we're asking people to bring your, I don't want to call it junk because some people's junk is other people's treasures. So bring the stuff that you're trying to spring clean and get rid of and bring it to the John McMillan Church Friday between 11:30 and 8 p.m. And then Saturday we'll have the fundraising flea market. And after the flea market is over, we have a company coming to pick it up, and they're going to take it and sell it for more cancer research and funds. So it's going to be a nice weekend to help fight cancer.
Definitely. And did you say all the stuff that, what else do we have here?
Well, it's any spring cleaning. Don't bring your crap that's going to be garbage. Bring things that are usable. That
slightly
people will
used.
buy.
Slightly
used. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. You never know. It might just sell. And we're going to put low prices on everything. And you're going to get some great bargains if you're looking to shop. Come on out.
What's this bake sale also?
Somebody's going to be making some cookies and cakes and things, and so we'll be having a bake sale there.
Okay, just checking as I look over this since it's the first time I've seen it.
Yeah, bring your stuff Friday to the John McMillan Church. Just drop it off. We'll have a lot of people there. We still need some volunteers if anyone out there wants to come and help. But we're going to be there collecting all your stuff. That night we'll put prices on it. Come out and bargain with us Saturday. I'm sure if you give us a price, we'll take it.
There you go.
It all goes to cancer research. Last year...
Can you tell us a little bit about what you've done with the cancer research?
I can. First of all, and I don't have a picture of it, I wish I would have brought it, but we donated a check for $50,000 directly to research. We skipped administration costs and we put it right in the hands of the researchers. It was a big help for them because they have to rely on grants or things like us, or people like us to help them. So we did put $50,000 into them, and we also helped about 10 families of children with DIPG over the holidays who are having a little bit of a rough time. Any cancer or illnesses can be pretty costly to families in more ways than financial, and it's a hardship also for them.
Definitely.
So the money really relieved a little bit of pressure off of these families.
Sure. Didn't you just say that a little girl just died?
Yeah, we just lost another little girl. In this area, I believe there's been 4 or 5 children. A boy just died from Moon. When Joey got diagnosed in May, they said there was about 100 kids. It's a lot closer to 800 a year that get this and die. I mean, we've known 5 from this area.
No, it's terrible. It really is.
And it's really hard on the families, too. So it's a death sentence, and we're going to try to beat it.
All right. Well, tell them the date again.
The date, bring your stuff to the John McMillan Church on 875 Clifton Road, Friday night between 11:30 a.m. and 8 p.m. Then come on over Saturday between 8 and 3 and purchase some nice things.
And this is Saturday the 18th, June 18th. Friday is the 17th.
Correct.
So
we'll have a
we
bake
get that
sale
out
there.
there.
We're going to be selling some T-shirts. We have some of the Joey wristbands. Just come on out and say hello. I have to say Bethel Park has been a huge contributor to our foundation. Everybody there has been nothing but great. Jeff Park here at Hollywood Lanes in Dormont, probably one of our biggest supporters of all. And his is continuous. So let's come on up to Dormont and bowl a couple of games. And it's a great venue to bring your family and just come up and have a good time. If you're an adult, come up tonight and karaoke. It's got some great things going on with bands up here.
Definitely. Well, Frank, thanks a lot. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. All right, Smoking Jim, now we'll get down to a little conversation. First, I want to tell you that we're going to be at the Meadows Saturday for a match race.
All right, sounds good to me.
So it'll be me, you, and Justin Steve, and Francis Healy.
I can't wait. Looking forward to it, Al Levine, the talking machine.
And that'll be, the races start at 11:25. It's Belmont Stakes. They're at 6 o'clock, but we'll be there filming and having a show. Smoking Jim and I were in a match race a year ago, and he won. So we're going to have a rematch with a couple others, and looking forward to it. Anything else?
Well, you know, we love the Meadows. It's like being on vacation up there. They take care of us, and it's a great time. And looking forward to racing again with Roger Houston announcing.
It sounds good. And I'd like to close the show. Thanks, everybody, for coming out to see our show and be here. We appreciate it. We're going to go watch some hockey right now. And will you please stay Joey strong?